In recent years, it's been hard not to notice that there are some bad apples in our schools. But it's not just a few, sadly. At this point, almost the entire orchard is going bad. A lot of us think back to our school days, and we have some fond memories. But our children today are being subject to what amounts to cult indoctrination within our schools. And it's happening to some degree in nearly every classroom in America as we speak. The way this indoctrination takes place goes like this. To indoctrinate the kids into woke, you've got to hyper-focus on identity. Racial identity, sexual identity, and gender identity, to name a few. The focus is on collective identity groups rather than individual identity and worth. Next, you've got to get kids to rate and sort themselves by how privileged they are based on their identities. Kids with less privilege are automatically oppressed. These kids are the new virtuous class in the woke cult. They are sometimes encouraged to marinate in rage, resentment, and grievance, the rocket fuel for woke. They are sometimes induced to feel outraged over injustices that occurred in the distant past, and made to believe that they are being held down and held back. Kids with too much privilege are the bad guys here. They're going to have to atone for that sin of privilege somehow. Privileged kids may become free from the designation of oppressor by first stepping aside to the margins, then by becoming active allies to those in the oppressed classes. To avoid being cast as an oppressor, they might even take on an oppressed identity themselves. Lastly, students are encouraged to constantly criticize, pick at, and even actively tear down the supposedly unjust systems of power as they engage in woke activism. Whether teachers, parents, or students realize it or not, this has become the true goal of modern education: to turn as many of our children as possible into rageful woke activists or their allies. This indoctrination process takes place with the help of social-emotional learning curricula, SEL embedded into all of the subjects, critical ethnic studies curricula, and reinforced by the practice of restorative justice, where children from oppressed categories are not held accountable for breaking school rules. It's reinforced with critical pedagogy, as teachers are trained to embed opportunities for conversations with students about such things as identities, privilege, and oppression into everything from math to science to PE. It's reinforced with after-school clubs. It's reinforced with whole child education, where the schools assume jurisdiction over their students' lives in ever more intrusive and inappropriate ways, all in the name of helping the underprivileged. Cult indoctrination of this type has no place in America's schools. It churns out young people who are more anxious than ever, less prepared for a successful future than ever, and more obsessed with race, sexuality, gender, and privilege than ever. It churns out young people who are more divided than ever, more alienated from Christianity than ever, and more vulnerable to political radicalization than ever. So now that you know, what are you going to do about it?